Is it time to face the music?
I need to make things right.
Abigail?
I mean, how do you know that she's not a fraud?
We need to talk about the next steps to our plan.
Or orchestrate revenge?
An eye for an eye, am I right? I think you should sleep with someone else too.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives Homies channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. The most recent spoilers for Monday, October 21, through to Friday, October 25, are available here. Now that the truth is out, Chad is absolutely surprised to discover that Abigail is a phony. In addition, Johnny suffers a setback upon learning about Channel and Alex. Nancy goes back to Salem in an attempt to get Chloe employment, and EJ tries to put Fiona in a difficult situation. Spoilers for Monday, October 21, on Days of Our Lives. As the truth about Abigail is finally revealed, Chad is ready to have his heart torn out. One of the most talked about subjects when Marlena and Kayla get together to catch up is Kristen's emotions for Brady. Speaking of Brady, he visits Sarah and expresses that he does not hold her accountable for their past interactions. Before accepting the offer he's about to get, Xander might want to reconsider. Why? Because it's from Kristen. That alone raises the possibility of danger. Spoilers for Tuesday, October 22, on Days of Our Lives. Alex and Justin had a lengthy conversation regarding the younger man's work, as well as his sentiments and relationship with Stephanie. Jada gives Steph some guidance on her love for the handsome man at the same moment. Since Nancy always had a flair for the theatrical, her daughter's desire to pursue an acting career is not surprising. Will Bonnie, though, be able to assist Joy in getting a part on Body and Soul? Why does Johnny mislead his spouse? Spoilers for Wednesday, October 23, on Days of Our Lives. Marlena feels that Johnny isn't quite right. Can she, however, get him to talk? When Leo sits down to speak with Stephanie and Paulina, the topic of sex on the Body and Soul stage becomes quite hot. If Alex and Channel's plans work out as planned, Johnny will be in for a surprise. But again, how frequently is that the case in Salem? Nancy is helped by Bonnie, who persuades Abby to let Joy try out for a role. Spoilers for Thursday, October 24, on Days of Our Lives. What Johnny finds out about Channel and Alex shocks and embarrasses him at the same time. In the meantime, Paulina confronts Abby, accusing him of being the cause of her daughter's marriage problems. The head of Stephanie is up for grabs. Is Alex able to talk Kate out of lowering the axe? Do you recall the spell Hattie put on both Body and Soul? When Leo does, he informs Bonnie that her wish is coming true. Spoilers for Friday, October 25, on Days of Our Lives. The marriage of Stefan and Gabi is ready to dissolve. Or perhaps not, since one of them is second-guessing themselves. Can Kristen help the unhappy couple get through their marriage? Although Xander is still considering Kristen's offer, his wife and father advise him to reconsider. Even though Fiona is in an awkward situation, will she let EJ give her arm a twist? Steve and Chad have a phone conversation at the hospital. He reports hearing that Chad brought Abigail to Paris. Chad said he hopes it will bring back memories, but so far nothing specific has surfaced. Chad calls because he believes Steve is still leery of Abby. Steve expresses concern about him, but Chad says he's alright and that he's getting married to Abby. According to Chad, Abby recalled their vows, recalled how joyful they had been that day, and mentioned that being married would help her remember more. Chad ought to ask questions, just as Steve does. After stating that he was getting married and wishing Abby Steve the best, Chad ends the call. Holly overhears Abigail on the phone with Mark, who is in the hospital. While walking through the streets of Paris, she claims this is all for Mom and that she is aware of the risks involved in her impending marriage to Chad. Mark claims that he saw Clyde and that he needs him to do one more thing. Abigail becomes aware that Holly is observing her abruptly. Holly addresses her as Abigail. Abby hangs up after telling Mark she has to go. Holly greets everyone and says her mother lives in Paris, which is why she came here. Holly claims that she only overheard her mention that she was getting married and didn't mean to listen in. Abigail claims that it was an impulsive choice. Holly, perplexed, explains that she brought up getting married as a result of her mother. Abigail claims that she discussed their mother's difficulties accepting her as her daughter with her brother JJ. Abigail believes that when she remarries, her mother would embrace her and her memories will come flooding back. She needs to go buy a dress for her wedding, but it was good to run into her. Holly requests to accompany her. Abigail surprises Chad by bringing Holly back to her suite. Holly tells Chad that she came to visit her mother and had intended to book a hotel room as they embrace. Chad demands that she remain with them. He claims that Abigail requires a maid of honor and that they need a witness for the wedding. After helping Holly settle in, Chad goes back to Abigail. Chad assures her that their wedding day, which is tomorrow, will be ideal. They give hugs. As he returns to the hospital, Mark feels relieved that Abigail hung up because he is at a loss for words when informing her that Clyde wants him to kill Chad. Steve shows up out of nowhere. If there's anything he needs, Mark asks. Steve identifies himself as Kayla's husband, says his wife thinks highly of him, and claims he was looking for him. He wants his niece's DNA test to be redone and asks for a favor in return. He claims that a second test could provide his family with peace of mind because they are finding it difficult to accept the results. After Mark consents to retake the exams, Steve provides him with fresh examples from Thomas and Abigail. Mark promises to work quickly and leaves for the lab. Afterwards, Mark comes back to Steve to inform him that Abigail and Thomas have a perfect DNA match, and that the results are definitive. Steve gives Mark his appreciation. Who would have guessed Kayla and I are mother and son? Steve jokes as Mark walks away. He understands that Mark is not Abigail, and that he fabricated the results. Maggie is informed by Xander outside the Brady pub that Kristen has found a treatment for Sarah's paralysis, courtesy of Dr. Rolfe. According to Xander, Kristen is prepared to offer it to them in exchange for Brady's charges being dropped. Maggie labels Kristen as insane, and since they aren't the DA, they are unable to have the charges withdrawn. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.